Okay, we are here at the Whiskey Wizard, opening up another box of Gothic. This is actually my second box, at least here, that I've opened. And I opened one at the store at the pre-release this weekend that I did as well. But I want to move through quickly with this. I know there's a lot of these on, the YouTube, and we're just here to look at the juice, right? When we get these juiced up box, and we want to see the hits, so that's what we're going to do here. And then if there's anything new that I see that I haven't personally seen myself, I will stop and read the card, but outside of that, we're going to get moving here pretty quickly, okay? So let's see. Hopefully everyone's had a good box opening experience. It's kind of been a wild ride all over the place with the foils and no foils, boxes that are clumped together, curios, ordinary foils being less common than exceptional foils. So it's really been an interesting, really interesting, few days here with folks opening boxes up. So I'm curious to see what we get here. We're just gonna get moving here. Let's get right into it. Let's get some juice. Let's see what we got here. Let's get some foils. Let's get some curios. Let's go. All right. Lord agreed. That's my second copy. That's fine. I'll try to get 2 copies of every elite. That's okay. Let's see if there's anything else in here. No. Okay, so we're gonna put that there. I am starting with the left pile first, so we'll kind of see if there's any clumping or things like that. So let's just get going here. Let's see. All right, Rat Can. I think that's also my second elite that I have. So that's fine. Oh, look at that. I just talked about how ordinary foils are tough to get. Holy Warrior. I think this might actually be my second Holy Warrior foil, though. I do have a few other ordinaries. This may be my second copy of it, but nevertheless, there it is. And okay, bust is good there. Let's keep moving. We're moving quick here. But yeah, I mean, the box opening experience has been it's been great so far. I mean, I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of fun at the store this weekend opening up boxes and packs and kind of seeing what other folks get. And it's really been a fun time. Cursed Iron, again, oddly enough, now another second copy of an elite that I have, so that'll work out. I haven't seen anybody in person at least open up a curio. There were a lot of folks cracking boxes at the event that we had this past weekend at Savior, at my local game store. It was nice though, because we had 13 people there, which I was actually very surprised about. It's been really tough to find folks around here to play, and that was nice to see that we've grown a bit, and there's people coming out and are excited about Gothic. So I'm hoping that continues, and we can get more people playing. I think that's the whole idea here, is to get the community bigger. So, all right, so that looks good there. Okay, so we're almost halfway through the first on the left side here. Nothing crazy so far. There's our first unique, Plate of the Whale. I don't think I have this one. Bearer is immobile if it has less than 3 power. If it has more than 3 power, prevent the first instance of damage that it would take each turn. Interesting, okay. I'm not sure how much, there's probably a niche deck with that, but I'll have to think about that a little bit longer to see if that's actually something worth playing. But let's see, anything else here? Oh, another foil. Oh, foil elite. That's pretty cool. It is a Faith Incarnate. The art on that is amazing. I actually played with this this weekend when we were doing our sealed event. It didn't do too much for me, but the art was definitely taking note of that. Outside of that, looks like all ordinary, so let's keep going here. Yeah, I mean, the foil unique thing has been crazy. It seems like it really, what is this? I don't get this. It's like it's a membrane that these packs have. It doesn't feel great to open that up. All right, anyways. Yeah, the full uniques have been so, I guess rare that, I think there's an argument to be made. Oh, Demonic Contract. This is my first one of this. This was, you know, spoiler early on. Make sure you read the card. Reading the card explains the card, and this in itself, you know, essentially represents that entire saying. Read the card explains the card. Demonic Contract. Great. Yeah, so foil uniques have been, yeah, I feel like maybe not as rare as curios. I think that's probably gone a little too far, but definitely not as many, I think, as people originally have thought. So yeah, we're going to see. You know, I know it's kind of early on right now, and Europe still hasn't gotten a lot of their, you know, their packs yet in boxes. So we'll see where prices end up. But you know, as of now, you know, I pulled a you know, a foil avatar, you know, last box opening, and you know, they're going for like $200. You know, so $200-$300. You know, these foils are just going. Sorry, my phone fell over here. These foils are going for a lot of money right now. So we'll kind of see what happens, but we got a mega lurker. I think that might be my first one, so that's good there. We'll see. Nothing too crazy. You know, Demonic Contract's kind of cool. Obviously hoping to get that. I'm not sure how much play that's actually going to get. It is kind of limiting once you kind of read the whole text. I guess if you're doing like a demon heavy deck or something like that, you might be able to get away with using it, but you know, I think it's a little less powerful than maybe we first thought when we first saw it. Orm Infestor Burrowing Submerge. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to this site and you heal 1. Okay. I think that might be the first copy of that I got, but let's keep moving here. All right, so we're almost done the first side on the left here, first row. Oh, come on, we need to get something good here. Let's go. Exceptional. Sturmgeist, and another elite, airborne. Whenever that enemy casts magic, Sturmgeist steps closer than strikes if adjacent. Okay, ordinary. Gifted Frog, no ribbon. Okay, that's another thing. I've seen some of the curios have been open, but honestly, unless it's something that's super in front of our face, you know, the little differences are gonna be tough to catch, you know, on camera here. But if someone sees something, please let me know. Mayor of Millborn. Other nearby mortals have +1 power. All right, pretty standard there. Let's keep moving. I am curious to start deck building. I'm still opening boxes, so I haven't really gone too deep into building some decks. I have a Deathspeaker deck that I'm going to upgrade. I do like Deathspeaker, even though it's, you know, one of the older avatars. I'm going to keep that deck and kind of upgrade that. You know, and then I'm probably going to look at, you know, probably 1 or 2 other ones that I'll build to kind of bring around, and hopefully we'll have some events local that I'll be able to bring it to. If not, you know, February will be Sorcery Con. Hopefully people will make it out. I will be in Indianapolis. I already have my plane booked, hotel booked. It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it, meeting other folks, and literally just playing the game that a lot of us love for a few days. So I'm looking forward to that. Renatus Trueblood, an undead. Renatus Trueblood, strike damage against units. Oh, okay, it's like lifelink, essentially. But remember, it's against units now, folks. We're not getting the healing on sites anymore. So I think it was a little wild anyway that was the case. So I'm glad they did make that change. All right, that was the left row. That was pretty, really underwhelming. I think maybe the elite, the contract was, the Demonic Contract was maybe the best card we got out of that, outside of an elite foil. But it's probably not really an elite that I don't think a lot of people are going to play, honestly. The Faith Incarnate's, I think, a niche card. So let's see what the center row brings us here. So exceptionals, another elite, Stagecoach. Okay, you can carry in the minions. I don't have that, so it'll be nice for, you know, just completing the set. All right, let's keep going. Sorry if my phone going off. I had to change the lighting situation. I haven't posted. Oh, there's the Menmarine again. I haven't posted the first video yet. But the lighting on that's a little bit rougher because the lights are kind of bright in this room, and so I'm still working on the lighting situation here as I, you know, start really getting into the video making. Elite Mortal here. It's a book burners. That's a first for me. Toolbox. Okay, it's a collection. You get something from your collection. We'll see how much play that gets, but if it does end up getting a lot of play, I think that's just like the, that's an ordinary spell from a collection. That's a standard collection card there, but we'll see. But another ordinary, or I'm sorry, it's exceptional. So we'll see. Got 3. I've been averaging 7 to 8. 7 to 8 sort of foils per pack. We'll see if that stands true for this one. Hail from Beyond. Okay, this is a unique deal. Out your top spells, 1 to each void in the outer columns. Draw any minions with Voidwalker monsters from them among them and banish the rest. Okay, so essentially, hopefully you still have a lot of void on the outer columns. You pretty much reveal until they're all filled, and then Voidwalking monsters go to your hand. So obviously, if you're playing a lot of Voidwalking monsters, that may be something you play for a draw. Okay. All right, still nothing too crazy. Again, this is box 3 for me. Haven't hit a core yet. I did hit an Archangel Michael foil. That's probably been my best card I've hit so far. And Ironclad foil as well, Avatar, which is probably one of the decks I'm going to end up making. Load him up with a bunch of artifacts and just get him hitting people. Duplicator, so I haven't gotten this guy. I'm fairly certain that I saw that this was a unique Avatar. I think maybe Philosopher had a video out. He was kind of calling the different rarities for these different avatars, but this is a new one. I don't have this one. I haven't seen this one. I've seen Necromancer, I've seen Savior a few times, so it does make me think that this is probably a bit rarer as an avatar. Let's see. All right, looks good there. Ordinaries, let's keep going here. Come on, nothing too crazy so far. We do need to get some juice in one of these packs here. Shackle Demon is my first one, an elite. Hellhounds, foil, this is or another ordinary. So, it's 2 ordinaries in this box. Now, Hellhounds, that's just that's probably more of a collection or side card, as other cards bring Hellhounds in a lot of the time. So that might be a nice, it's not necessarily a token, but, people might look for foil sort of Hellhounds and other things that, are kind of generated or summoned, not necessarily in their hand. So, we'll see how that shakes out. But, listen, if ordinaries aren't showing up a lot as foils, then, maybe that's something that's going to be, a little more sought after. I got another foil in this pack. It looks like 4 Fat Frogs. I got an elite. Okay, this is a new one for me. Hemo Golem. Damage dealt to units by Hemo Golem strikes heal you, but damage it takes is dealt to you as well. Okay, so that seems like not a great trade-off, but, again, I haven't really looked too far in the decks. But let's see what we got foil here. Whoa, okay, foil unique, the Rack. Whenever the bearer strikes an avatar, stretch them so they also occupy their adjacent location. Then they lose 1 life for each location they occupy. Okay, well, hey, a foil unique, I'll take it. But now that does mean that I think I've hit a foil unique in each one of the 3 boxes I have opened so far, which I know is probably above average for folks, but interesting. Okay, well, that makes me feel a little bit better. Again, I don't know how playable that card's going to be, but at this point, any foil unique, I'm probably going to be happy with just because of the scarcity. All right, Persecutor, a.k.a. Macho Man Randy Savage. I think I have a copy of this card already, but that's some cool art. So, exceptional. Release the Hounds, another elite. All right. Okay, that looks good there. Okay, so we got what? We're up to 5 foils. 1 unique foil, but only 2 other uniques. So I think we're still overall light on uniques. So I'm hoping that some of these packs really will start showing us some of those. Unique site. Okay, it's the top of the Apex of Babel. So obviously, I think I have a few copies of Exceptional at the bottom, but this is the top. When the Tower of Babel was built, draw a spell, then you may cast a spell for free. So that's kind of nice. Now the problem is this is a unique site. So the chances of actually hitting this in any single game is probably pretty low, but obviously it'll be a nice payoff if you do get it. Get the Frog, nothing. All right, we're moving here. We got a few packs left in the center row, and then we will move to the right row. Come on, let's go. Let's get these juiced up. Let's see. Man, another one, another elite. Hyper. Oh, these are the wrong one. Getting ahead of myself here. Hyper Parasite. Can pick up a single minion, disabling them, but cannot move while carrying them. Okay. Well, okay, that's that. Let's keep moving here. All right. A few more packs in the center. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I got to check to see what duplicator's going for. You know, a foil unique. You know, I guess we're okay so far in the pack, but we will see. Let's see here. We got an elite site. Bureau of Occult Control. Players must pay 2 to access collection or cemetery. So a little tax site. Interesting. That goes there. Actually, this goes in the elite as well. Let's see what else is going on. I mean, I'm going to start getting some gameplay videos out at some point. I'm really focusing more on multiplayer. Two-headed dragon. Might try to do some free for all. I just, you know, there's not a lot of that content on there. There's a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's other YouTubers that are doing a great job, you know, doing one-on-one, explaining the game, and kind of have that down on pat. And, you know, the other video I recorded that might go up before this, you know, I was mentioning that, you know, I built this garage bar, you know, for folks to come over and play. And it just feels a little nicer having 4 folks come over and play the game at once and get together and you know, and kind of just talk and, you know, a few drinks if that's what they want to do and just hang out, right? So, and plus two-headed dragon is something that, you know, has appealed to me, has been fun, and I want to get that on camera and start putting out some content. So hopefully over the next, it may not be the new year at this point, so I'm really trying to get the setup right, camera, lighting, all that stuff. And, you know, and 3 other folks that I can get to come over to play the game, right? So that's the other challenge with this game is as good as it is. The player base isn't quite there yet, so I've been kind of joking that to find 3 people to play Sorcery is like trying to find 15 people to play Magic. You know, but hopefully I've been making some connections, you know, with folks that play at the different stores as Gothic's coming out. So hopefully that'll be something that'll come to fruition probably in 2026 at this point. Outside of that, I'll be shooting an intro video to the Whiskey Wizard in the garage. You know, hopefully probably do that over Christmas break. Honestly, I'll have some extra time to do that, and then I'll be doing some YouTube shorts. Some quick 3-pack openings. It's gonna be called Boosters and Bourbon. Where I'll have you know, a nice glass with me and kind of have the short form there that way. And then we'll have some commentary as well. Ferryman's Coin as another foil. All right, looking good there. All right, we're on to the right row now. That was the center's done. Yeah, so I'm excited. You know, I'm excited to kind of get this channel rolling. It's really just a hobby for me. Just want to, you know, be able to help get the word out there for this game. Again, I'm going to focus more on multiplayer once I get that setup up. But you know, my commenting will be on, you know, probably focused on that. Maybe some deck building, you know, for playing multiplayer. But obviously, I will be playing one-on-one, you know, at the local game stores and things like that. So I might do some deck techs on just the, you know, those decks that I'm playing as well. So whether it's up, maybe I'll do I'll probably do a deck tech on upgrading, you know, Deathspeaker. I think that makes some sense to do. This phone's killing me. Sorry a minute, guys. Just want to make sure the light's on there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do Ironclad. I think that's something I'm on. So, man, my phone's blowing up. I don't think I'm that popular, but we'll check that later. Iron Maiden. Okay, that's the elite site there. These are just ordinaries here. Okay, all right. Yeah, so we'll do some deck techs. We're just gonna keep it fun, keep it light. Again, I enjoy doing this stuff. Now I have the space to do it. I got the equipment to do it. Here's the membrane again. This is wild. So I'll be looking forward to doing some of that stuff. Okay. False Idol. Okay, so far I feel like this box hasn't been that exciting. I know to get a foil unique. I know I shouldn't poo-poo that. There's a lot of folks that have gone. I've seen 10 boxes without anyone getting a foil unique, so I really shouldn't say that, but I don't know. I guess I'm just, there's an interrogator. I think this is the first interrogator I've had. So at least I'm getting some new avatars for me personally. Okay, so that's a little bit nicer. I don't think I have an interrogator yet. And I think he's actually be really good. I think he's probably gonna be, yeah. I know he's probably too similar gameplay style to Ironclad. I think with both of them, you know, Ironclad, I think at face value you want to be defensive, but I don't really think that's how you're going to play him. You're going to play him going after the other person's avatar, Harbinger. And so, and obviously, Interrogator is going to be like that too, where you know you're going to be going after the avatar. So I might have to make a pick between Ironclad and Interrogator, but I think either way that I'm going to have one. Oh, there's the core. Okay, so this has become a good box or even a great box at this point. Ether Core. I haven't had one of these yet, so that is my copy of Ether Core. You know, again, if you play a void heavy deck, I think that's gonna be great. You know, if you have a lot of void walk minions, you throw it on one of them and you have them run around, right? You know, I guess there's a shot that they die and you know the other person's playing void walk too and picks it up, but you know, I think it's something that you want to make sure you at least have one copy of, you know, for your collection. So, all right. Well, then I feel like this box has gotten a bit better because of that. So yeah, so Interrogator, Ironclad, I think the gameplay style is going to be similar. I mean, a whole different feel to it, but I don't know if I want to have two decks where I'm just running around trying to find the other avatar. I do generally like to play more control anyway. Meat Hook, I won a game this weekend with Meat Hook. That's a great card. All right, another unique. So it looks like right side's been the unique side. You control all minions with one or less powered. Pied Piper of Hamelin. All right, okay. Yeah, but we'll see about that. I'm going to put some videos together, I think, for this with the decks I'm going to be playing with. So that'll be fun too, getting some of that done. So it'll be a little bit of everything. I was going to do some Magic. You know, I'm really kind of falling off buying Magic, so I'm not sure if I'm ever going to buy Magic just to buy it, unless there's something I see, you know, that I want to get. You know, we'll see with next year with some of the sets, but you know, I'm not a big Star Trek fan, so I don't see myself, you know, buying that. You know, probably the Hobbit, if anything, will be the one thing I buy, you know, from that. Wow, two unique foils in this box. Don't know how much play this guy's going to get, but the fact that I got two uniques, Nosferatu, Airborne Burrowing, resummon Nosferatu beneath your starting square. If he dies again this turn, banish him instead. Well, just the fact that I got two uniques in one box is, okay, so this box has definitely become a great box now. Because like I said earlier, I don't know if it's really going to matter too much about playability with these uniques, these unique foils, because the collectors out there are trying to find, now I don't know how many there are, but you know, if someone's trying to get a foil set, there's not going to be a lot of copies to buy. You know, so it might be slim pickings with that. But okay, so that's wild. I haven't seen two uniques in one box yet, so that's something that's good. I got an elite there, so we might be done for foils at this point. Because what are we at now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 is kind of what I've been averaging. I have 3 packs here. We'll see. I'll be surprised if I got another one, but yeah, we'll see. And we got 2 unique, so why not, right? Exceptional, exceptional, exceptional. I got a unique site. Darkest Dungeon. This is actually a really fun card. The next time an ally strikes an avatar this turn, drag both here if able. Again, that would be something if you're going around chasing the other person, the other avatar with a Interrogator or Ironclad. That's probably something you want to have in the deck. All right, Gift of the Frog, no ribbon. Okay, 2 packs. Let's see. Wrap this video up. Exceptional, exceptional, exceptional. Another unique, Life Wish. Fully heal each avatar. Interesting. Now, when I first saw that, I thought this said fully heal your avatar. But now that says each, I'm not sure if that's something I would want to play. Unless they're already at full life and you're getting your butt kicked, then maybe you would want to play that. But, again, for a copy, you want to have it, so. Another foil. Okay, so this is foil 8. It's exceptional, but this art is beautiful. Invigorate, ally gains 3 power. This turn you heal 3. This is just an art card. I mean, whether you want to play it or not, just the art on this as a foil is beautiful. Okay, last pack. But listen, 8 foils, 2 of them uniques. You got an Interrogator, you got a Duplicator, you got a Demonic Contract, you got an Ether Core. This is a great box. This box was great. It really kind of came in at the end there. All right, and the last one, Acid Rain. And let's see, foil or no foil? Nope. All right, well listen, this box was great. I mean, you can't really complain about 2 uniques, foils. You know, you got yourself another core, you know, and a Darkest Dungeon. You know, so I mean, this was a win. Two full uniques and an other core. I mean, right there, and then I got myself an Interrogator and a Duplicator. I mean, they're hits right there. I think. I mean, I don't know what the prices are or anything like that, you know, off the top of my head, but I have to imagine that these would be the top 5 cards in the deck, or in this box rather. So, all right, well, that's another, I want to wrap it up. That was another box opening. I have 3 more boxes that I'm going to try to get opened over the next few days here because I really want to get all these boxes opened and organized and so I can start deck building. So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on the Whiskey Wizard. Thanks. Bye-bye.